Buenos días o buenas tardes, muchachos. Hoy es martes, el 10 de noviembre. Okay. Hoy, muchachos, vamos a translate 15 phrases that use possessive adjectives. That's going to be our new topic today. We're going to use those to talk about different groups' ownership of things. Now, we've talked about tener, right? To have, right? With our phrases today, that'll be things like my, your, his, her, our. Okay, those phrases that we are specifically identifying something that belongs to us. Okay. All right. So here's our plan. We've already clicked number 1, so that's good. Want to make sure we're watching the intro video. Muchachos, there are only about 40 views on yesterday's, which means only about a fifth of us watched it. Okay, it's important that you do that. That's one of our expectations on our contract. Okay, watch the video, click the link, watch the video. Obviously, I'm preaching to the choir because you're here. But second, we have a short trabajo de timbre. Let me show it to you because I want to show you what it's about. These are common mistakes, errores comunes, that were made on the project. Okay, so just little things, but they were very common. Okay, and so there are 6 of them. 6, right? 6. I think there's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then there's 2 practice questions. So 6 mistakes and 2 practice questions. So I want you to identify how to fix that mistake. Okay, so you might be looking at gender, you might be looking at whether it's singular or plural, etc. Okay, I want you to go through that. Some of these examples are straight off of projects. Okay, now I haven't graded all the projects. So if you're in period 8 or 9 and you're like, whoa, I don't even know what I got, that's because I haven't quite gotten there. Okay, it would have been done, but e-learning, right? So do the trabajo de timbre, and then at that point you can go ahead and join the Google Meet. You can join the Google Meet from the start, just so you are kind of there, and then you can look for the timing. I'm going to get on, I'm going to start actually participating about 10 minutes after the class period begins. Okay, so that way you can watch this intro video, do your bell work, and make sure you get in. And I know sometimes classes bleed over, right? You're working on things. It might be good to have a timer. Okay, so if you haven't done that, have a timer go off when the class, quote unquote, ends. Okay, that's one thing you can do. But we'll only be on for about 15 minutes, maybe even less, and we want to talk about possessive adjectives. We'll do a pair deck as well as we do that, so you can kind of follow along with that. And then we do have a practice that goes along with adjetivos posesivos. That's our possessive adjectives, okay? And that's where we get those 15 phrases to translate. Our culture today is on Angel Falls. Okay, Angel Falls is the tallest waterfall in the world in Venezuela. There is an exit ticket there to finish off as well. Overwhelmingly, we wanted to learn about different aspects of nature, which is understandable because that's basically what our intro video yesterday was about, was kind of more of the natural aspect of Venezuela. And so we'll start with that today. Two biologists are going to climb up Angel Falls, the tallest waterfall in the world. So short exit ticket there, only 2 questions. Okay. Now a couple of notes. The first note is this. For previous day's lessons, so I had a couple people yesterday. I am going to try to set these up after school ends. Usually I do it in the morning. I'm going to start doing it after school ends. So if you're late, look at the date. Okay, so I had a couple of people say, oh, I didn't know there was a Google Meet. There wasn't a Google Meet yesterday. Okay, so look at the date. If it says not today's date, which it wasn't yesterday, okay, what you can do is click here, and this is where we get the previous day's lesson. So if you're like, ooh, I missed it, go to yesterday's lesson, and that has everything you need, including the survey and the Exploring Venezuela. Okay. So if you get there a tad late, and I've already changed it to the next days, okay, just look at the date and make sure that matches up with the date. Okay, we will again have a Google Meet tomorrow. Okay, so you are expected to be on that. We'll see how we do today, attendance-wise, and then look at those notes there. Okay, it'll be good to see you again, muchachos, in person, face to face, not in person, face to face.